Well, how you guys doing? Can you guys hear me all right? Sorry for the slight delay. Just had a few technical things I had to take care of real quick, and I just finished. Okay, and I just finished installing. Do it again. Do it again. It's like going really haywire right now. I don't know why it is going haywire. There's nothing. That's why. Okay. Oh, jeez, what is going on here? I do apologize. Like, okay, now it's dude, like I don't know what the hell's going on. Like the connection is going haywire right now. Okay, let's go. Okay, okay, hang on. We gotta get this fixed. Okay. Yeah, this is laggy as. Yeah, this is laggy as hell. Okay, so I'm gonna reset my internet and I'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, so let's come back in. I don't like this. Like connection's going nuts right now. So I'm gonna reset my internet, and then we'll come back. So I'll see you guys like in 10 minutes. Okay, that should be better. Okay, that should be better. Okay, that should be better. All right, is that better for you guys? I don't know. Like I don't know what happened. Much better. I don't know. I don't know because I all I did was close my laptop and shut the PlayStation off, and I even turned off my phone. So like, there's nothing in my room that's using internet except the computer. Okay, that's good. Okay, so how's everyone doing? And thanks, Jackie Boy, about the shirt. This is an old Christmas gift. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna ask for a number of ideas for you guys, and I kind of want the mix up between like reactions, reviews, and ranking videos because just to give everyone a little bit of a heads up, Mr. Sean, I have your two videos done. I just have to edit them, which were best video game remakes as well as 5 movies I think deserve sequels. Those videos are already done. I just need to edit them. And on top of that, because spring break just kicked off, I'm not even joking. I literally decided to take an entire week off of my arcade job. That way, I'm not working mornings or afternoons. So that gives me like 5 extra days where I can just do as much filming as possible. Because of as crazy as my job has been like for the past week, the last thing I want to deal with is an army of crazed, out of control kids that are probably destroying my arcade right now, and I don't want to deal with that for 4 days. So, and on top of that, we're dealing with that at my other job. So I don't want to do two back-to-back jobs where I got to deal with crazy crowds. So, and on top of that, Battlefront comes out in about 5 hours. So I'll have like 4 or 5 days straight that I can just play that nonstop. So yeah, I want to get away. I want to avoid the spring break crap, but I also want to play Battlefront as much as possible. So yeah. Okay, but can you guys hear me all right? Because I'm not seeing any questions. Okay. 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 All right. So, what have you guys been up to? Hmm. Why don't you inform me on what your guys' lives have been over the past week, and if any of you guys are doing anything for spring break, or if you've been playing anything, or if you've seen any movies recently, or yeah, why don't you update me on what you guys have been up to? Still grieving over Akira's passing. Yeah, that was a pretty spontaneous video. I hadn't, believe it or not, that's crazy. I actually hadn't done a video like that since my dad passed. Like that's how bad it was. Like, I mean, even when the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh died, I had like a day or two to process. But the crazy thing is that apparently he died like when apparently it was announced like he died like 6 days before, and apparently that's apparently how it works in Japan. Like they actually are able to they keep that quiet for several days. So like by the time that people knew the funeral service and everything like that had already happened. So I have to commend how Japan handles that because I'm not sure if that would work at any other place in the world where like someone of that significant passes away and you're actually able to do a complete media blackout and keep it quiet. Like that's something. Yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah, man. I found that out later that day. I was like, what? Like he died like he'd been dead for a while. So I was like, wow. And I'm not sure, and but yeah. Mm. You guys are being a little slow today. Like, yeah, go ahead and start throwing your questions at me. Go ahead. You guys got me for a solid hour. Like I might even add a little bit of time due to the technical errors. So I might make it like 5:10 or something. Trying to mentally prepare myself for my appointment on Friday with a special counselor who's going to give me and find me a job. All right. Well, I hope that works out for you, and I hope you find a job that you like. I don't know. I made the crazy decision of, I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever actually worked a job that I actually love. Like none of the jobs I've ever worked, I actually love. I actually love the work. Like even like my arcade job, I don't love it. It's a job of I think I've told you guys this. It's a job of two extremes. It's either no one really comes in and it's too slow and there's not enough to do in 8 hours, or there's too many things going on and I can't keep track of everything. We just had someone bust up the glass cover on one of our claw machines because I got pissed off, but it was like you know and I had like this really rough experience with a guest that it kind of confirmed that yeah we were definitely quitting in about a couple months. Like nothing was gonna stop us. Like I'm not dealing with another summer of craziness. Like especially when these kids and teenagers get out and like ugh, I ain't dealing with another year of that. Eh, yeah. Well, vengeance. We're in the middle of a bad money time, so we're all struggling. Oh, by the way, I think I can confirm uh, that I will apparently be staying here for another year. So I think 100% we may have to change the layout because I don't think you guys like the background, or I personally don't find it all that interesting. So we'll definitely have to do something to change and have a much more interesting background. So maybe I'll take my friend John's idea and just kind of flip this around and maybe add an extra light or two. Maybe add like a little green, like a temporary green screen. But yeah, we'll like if we're gonna be at this location for another year, um, I think we'll definitely need to change something. Are you guys all right? Because you guys have been really quiet. Like this is the slowest I've ever seen this chat go. Like, like maybe you guys are there because it's saying right now there's like one person here. So I think maybe that's it. Like Avengers, like I think I told everyone we'd be back in 10 minutes. Yeah, it's saying there's only like one person in here. Like so I'm thinking of maybe like should I like reset it or I told people come back in 10 minutes and I didn't have to. Like I had the problem fixed like in 30 seconds. I don't know, Vamp. I think yeah, like I'm seeing like it says concurrent viewers. It says only three. So I don't know if people know. Like this is unusual. Like I usually we're not. Usually it's not this slow around this time. So that has me a little concerned. Uh, a holiday. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, because you're from Britain, so you use that term. Vacate. So what you mean is vacations? I currently have three planned. The first one is I'm going back to MGS Con. It's MGS Con 2. It'll be in LA, and while I'm there, I'm actually gonna come a day earlier and try to see if anyone wants to come with me to Disneyland. I didn't realize this, but it's actually been I want to say close to maybe 4 or 5 years since I was last there, and I just kind of figured uh, if I'm gonna be there with a bunch of big fans of Metal Gear, perhaps there's some that have never been to Disneyland, and I figured this could be a great opportunity the day before the convention that we like a group of us go to Disneyland together, hang out, and then we'll go to the convention the next day. And then later on, I have another trip to Texas for my birthday, and that's in September. And then later on in September, I'm probably planning a 3 day trip to Hawaii just because I can. So those are really my only big like vacations that I have planned for the year. But again, they happen much later on in the year. And right now, I'm just kind of focusing on saving up. On my end, it says one viewer. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, now it says there's 5 people in here, so maybe they're coming back now. Because usually we have like close to 10 people. Okay, it looks like they're coming back. So I think they took that 10-minute thing literally. And I apologize for that because we didn't need it. Dragon Ball is my favorite and most important franchise of my life, so having its creator pass away is a gut punch. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would probably say when I really think about it, it's like, well, I think it's hard not to say that Dragon Ball is my all time favorite. That's hard to say because even like going back when I was younger, I was like, what was I watching more of? Was I watching more Pokemon or was I watching more Dragon Ball? And I'm thinking, I think I stopped watching Pokemon after the Johto era. So because Johto is my favorite region. So once we left Johto, I didn't really watch Pokemon, and I kind of transitioned into Dragon Ball, and so it was like Dragon Ball and a bunch of different animes. Thanks to Toonami, and Yu-Gi-Oh came in a little bit later, and I think Dragon Ball has just always been the one anime that I always find myself coming back to. Like when they first released Super, that was like the first time I'd actually seen we were watching like brand new episodes of Dragon Ball with subtitles and no one had an issue with that. And I think like the fan base's response at that time was like extremely positive because I actually have not seen Dragon Ball Super in dub. I didn't need to. That's interesting. So like I hope there's another series that they were working on. I heard there was like apparently we might be going back into the Super, like there's another arc after the tournament that we just got through. So I'm hoping so. Okay, yeah, looks like everyone's coming back now. First time you tried over a Crowdhood Hero. Oh man, I've been going through that for the last few years. I mean, the last I'd say 2 years were bad. I mean, losing Jason David Frank, and then losing Kevin Conroy, and then losing the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh, and now this. I'm like, how many? Like, there's like the one. Like, I'm telling you, the one person's the one creator's death that would like hit me the most, like so much so that I would like if I was at work, I would have to take the day off. Is if Hideo Kojima passed away, which I don't even want to think about that. Like I would literally lose it. I would be that devastated. I would be like, Hideo Kojima just passed. It's like, I'm sorry. Like, I know this may not seem important to you, but it's part. I gotta go home. I will not be able to function for the rest of the day. That would hit me big time. Hey Zach, how you doing? Yeah. Oh yeah, Vengeance was there. Okay, so yeah, guys, I believe our Twitch experiment has tragically failed. We have attempted on multiple occasions to try to stream on Twitch, but like really no one shows up. Which is unfortunate because I have a fun time on Twitch, but but when I really think about it, like no one that even I watch has been very active on Twitch. So I think moving forward, I think we'll try to do two streams on YouTube. I don't know if there'll be mystery streams where we'll play a certain game, but like I gotta come with a name for this stream. I just don't know what to call it because I'm like, if my primary audience is here, perhaps we should just stay on here. My biggest problem was I just didn't want the channel to be flooded with like let's plays or game tutorials because I still want to upload like reviews and reactions and rankings because that was like the 3 R's that the channel was based off of. It was reviews, reactions, and rankings. But there was a time where I was doing playthroughs, but maybe I wasn't doing extensive playthroughs, so I don't know if that's something you guys would want. Then that's what we'll do moving forward, starting next week. But I kind of want to give it a name, but I'm not sure what that would be. Daniel, you just started rewatching Dragon Ball from the beginning. Okay. Which mission joining Shadow Moses held? Am I joining Shadow Moses Helldivers Planet Umbrella? Which mission would I join? What? I wouldn't want to join any of those. I wouldn't survive with Shadow Moses. I'm not Solid Snake. Helldivers? I don't want to fight a group of souped-up Terminators or giant bugs. Why the hell? Or Umbrella? The raccoon incident? I wouldn't even be there. You wouldn't survive any of those. And Zach, you're just waiting for a Classic Collection? Yeah, I am too. I've already pre-ordered and downloaded it. I'm ready to go crazy on that game. Speaking of anime, are there any animes I'm looking forward to currently watching? I currently am not watching really too many animes unless someone recommends it to me, but like because I'm working on multiple different things, so I don't know. I think I would only watch something if someone really like recommended it to me, like it was something I needed to watch. We're getting a okay. Yeah, I'd heard I'd heard we were getting another Dragon Ball series, but I wasn't sure if it was a continuation of Super or if it was like something else because I know that that the story for Super in the manga kept going after the Tournament of Power. I do know that. Rodin, I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing well. G-Law, you're playing Resident Evil 4 on PlayStation 5 and you love it. I won't guess which version you're playing, but yeah. Oh damn, JD. Oh, dude, he died on your birthday, man. That sucks. You would be devastated if Arnold Schwarzenegger passed away. I'm sure something like that's gonna happen in the next 10 years. Like I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure we're gonna lose one of the big three, preferably this year, if not next year. Like I'm sure Bruce Willis will pass either this year or next year. I'd say within the next 10 years, we'll probably lose Schwarzenegger and Stallone. I would be surprised if we didn't, but like, yeah, it sucks getting old. Because you have to watch your heroes die. It, like, yeah. Oh, Roden, don't even jinx it. Oh my god, Jim Carrey. Oh god, that would hit hard. Like, there is no one who has made me laugh harder than Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is literally the funniest human being I've ever experienced in my life. Ever. Like, oh my god. There's no comedian that has been able to consistently make me laugh so hard as a kid that I literally pissed my pants every time. I love Jim Carrey. He's, oh man. You wish Metal Gear Solid 4 had more hours of gameplay? It it can. It just depends on how you play it. Again, but that's Metal Gear for you. The game can be as long as you want it to be, depending on your style of play. You came very close to crying when Kevin Conroy passed. I grew up. Yeah, I think a lot of us felt that way. I was able to hold it together, but like we didn't even know he was sick, and that's the worst part. It's like if you're gonna have people die, if I was gonna pass away, I would at least give people a heads up. Like I think it's the shock value. It's like they kept it private. Like there are some actors and some like people in the public eye where if they have a sickness, they'll let people know, and that prepares us. But like it's worse when they kept it a secret and then it comes out of nowhere, and then it's like, oh yeah, they've been dealing with this for years. Like when the actor who plays Pee Wee Herman passed, no one knew he was even sick. And apparently he'd been battling his sickness for years, and like no one knew about it. Like that's the kind of that's the worst. Like I don't like if you're sick, like let people know. That way we can prepare. Who's the ultimate villain in Metal Gear Solid? Is it Zero? Mm, in the grand scheme of things, you could say it's Zero, but it's more of like Zero had a mindset that created a situation that got out of his control and he could not have predicted. That's really what it's about. He had a vision and he had doubts, and so he made a decision, and then it got out of his control. And by the time he died, he didn't even know it. Like he was like pretty much mainly brain dead. So it's there are very few pure villains in Metal Gear. Some of them are only victims of circumstance. Like you look at people like Sniper Wolf. Yeah, Sniper Wolf has done a lot of horrible things, but like a lot of things happen to her. Psycho Mantis is the same thing. I think like, the one character I think is like truly just a despicable person is probably Volgan. Like I think Volgan's bad to the core. Like there's no redeeming him. You watch TMNT? No, Zach, I did not watch. That was past my era of TMNT. I was not a fan of that. You have a job and doing all this work for your channel, dude. You need a vacation. That's what the 4 vacations were last year. Like I was working 2 jobs. That wasn't fun, and it's not fun now. Like it, but that's crazy. That's crazy that for our generation, like that's what we're reduced to. Like I'm curious to know. Like here's the crazy thing: we're in this whole inflation thing where like everything is too expensive. Like people my age are still living with their parents. But here's the crazy part: I think I've talked about this before in a prior stream. I absolutely do not know a single person who is doing something and they live entirely on their own. Like I know people who make 6 figures and they are living with roommates or living at home. Like even when you're making 6 figures, which most of us would want, and you still cannot afford to live completely independent on your own. Like, and I don't know anyone who's like that. They either have roommates, or they're still living with their parents, or they're living with their siblings, or they're living with their girlfriend, or they're living with their wives, or their significant others. Like, I generally do not know anyone who can afford to live on their own. Like, do any of you guys live completely on your own? Because that would be a surprise. Because I literally cannot name a single person in my life. Like even the most successful person I know who's related to me had just had his younger brother, who's my cousin, like my cousins, move in with him. And that's nuts. Like he has a house. Like I know people who live in houses, but they're living with other people. And like, is that gonna be like the norm now? Like it's crazy. Like I'm technically making more now than my dad did when he was my age, and it's crazy. like with how much I make, I could back in my dad's age, which would be like in the 80s, I could easily have afforded to live in like a 4-bedroom house. of how much I make, which is nuts. Jim Carrey's your favorite actor, Vamp? Yeah. Same with Jackie Chan. Oh, yeah, that would be bad. Robert England, yeah, Freddy Krueger. Well, I mean, he's kind of old, so I don't know if he passes away like in the next 10 years. That wouldn't surprise me. It Alan, also Tim Curry. Well, Tim Curry's really sick, so yeah. How so? Because of kid stuff or someone else? No, it's just the version of TMNT that I was interested in was the '80s. Like that's the one that I felt attached to. But personally, I was more of a Power Rangers person, so it's kind of something that was my eldest sister was big into TMNT, and she kind of gave that to me. But like when I was old enough, I kind of drifted into Power Rangers, and therefore I never felt the need to kind of revisit TMNT again. Like I love the movies, like the first two live action films. Number two, the Ooze one, The Secret of the Ooze. That's my favorite. That's actually me and my brother's favorite. The third one was garbage. The Michael Bay ones are, I mean, they're not the worst, but like it's not really my style. But yeah. Speaking of inflation, my whole family has stopped buying Easter eggs since last year. Wow, really? Damn, that's something. Okay. Yeah, we don't really do too much either. Like we don't do too much celebrating. We don't really do Christmas all that much. I think each of us got like the days were gone where like we would get like multiple gifts. I think each of us got like each other like maybe one gift maybe. I'm pretty sure I spent the most because I got like at least one gift for like five or six different people. I'm fairly certain out of like all my immediate family members I spent the most. And even that was like a lot less than I normally would. Do I have a favorite Sly Cooper game? No, I'm not a Sly fan. I'm not a Sly fan. I think maybe I've played a Sly game once when I was younger, but like I was more of a Ratchet and Clank fan. Much like Jak and Daxter, I'm not a Jak and Daxter fan. When it comes to those platformers, I was hardcore Ratchet and Clank, and I still am. It is interesting to how they've never thought to bring Jak or Daxter back or bring Sly back. Like, do you guys remember when they revealed that they were making a Sly Cooper movie and that never went anywhere? Like they released a trailer of what it was going to be, but like it got canceled. So you know that's something. I mean, Kara is interested. She's Splinter's blood kid from when they made what? I'm not Zach. I'm not sure if you're talking to me. She was his second in command. I don't. I think you're talking to someone else because your questions are not connected. So maybe you're talking to someone else, or maybe it's Team MT. I don't know. I just didn't watch it. I just wasn't interested. It's just not for me. Mario or Ratchet and Clank? Ooh, that's tough. I gotta go with Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, I go with Ratchet and Clank. That was more me. I mean, I was between me and my brother. I was a Mario guy, but like, I'll be fair. I haven't actually played any real new Mario games recently. Like, like the last Mario game I beat that wasn't Mario RPG. That the new version was Mario 64. Like I think I showed you. Like I actually have the All Star collection that comes with 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy. I've never even touched the two other games outside of 64. I think I played Galaxy once. I hated it, and I've never even touched Sunshine. I've not beaten a Mario game recently, a new Mario game recently. How would I describe Spider Boy in 2 words? How do I describe him? A loser. That's what I describe him as. Tomb Raider or Uncharted? Which Tomb Raider would... Okay, D, be specific. Which Tomb Raider are we talking about? Are we talking about classic Laura or survivor Laura? Let me know and I can give you an answer. You're talking to you in short, carless splinters. Zach, I don't know any of that, and I don't care about any of that. That was not. I'm not into TMNT. I don't like the most recent thing of TMNT I've heard of. I haven't read it. Is like the last Ronin story, where like Michelangelo's brothers were all killed, and like he gets serious. And like he does a lot of stuff, and like spoiler, like he ends up dying at the end. Like that's the, and I heard they're making a game about that. But like I'm really not into TMNT at all. Like the version that I was into is 80s, is like old school, and even if you actually go back to the original comic book, like those versions were pretty violent. But like that was my period of Turtles. But I've never gone back to that. I'm really not a fan of anything they did past like the original era of TMNT. I'm just not into it. I know that some people are, but I'm not. Like I think they released like a new film. I wasn't even interested in that film at all. Like it's just not for me. Basically, she was Leonardo's Catwoman. I don't know. Again, Zach, not interested. I am just flat out not interested in anything TMNT right now. I'm just not into it. Have I seen it? Hey, what's up, Sean? How you doing? I have seen it, but I think I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I think it was okay. Do I think Venom 2 was a downgrade from the first one? Yes, it was. It was a big downgrade. It wasn't a bad movie, but it's not something I want to see a second time. I've seen the first one multiple times. I saw the second one once in theaters, and I was like, okay, I've seen it. I don't need to see this again. Wasn't bad, but I'm like, it didn't get as extreme or as crazy as I thought it would go. When you're introducing Carnage, like for a movie that was called which was called like something like Carnage, it wasn't chaotic enough. Like it was very watered down. When will my requested videos come out? Oh, probably, hopefully in the next couple of days, because I think they're already done. I just got to edit them. Yeah. Personally, I prefer the new Lara, but I like the old one more. Okay, so if we're talking about Uncharted first, okay, put it this way. If you're saying Uncharted to classic Tomb Raider, Uncharted, easily. Because I'm not a fan of old school classic Lara. If we're talking about the rebooted ones, I would say, personally, I'm a bigger fan of those games. And I've even said this. I personally believe that Rise of the Tomb Raider is a better game than Uncharted 2. I spent a lot more I think that Shadow of the Tomb Raider is the weakest of the three. But like personally, I enjoy playing Tomb Raider more than Uncharted. And both Uncharted 2 and Rise of the Tomb Raider are in my 10 out of 10 club, but I would definitely pick Rise over Uncharted 2 any day. Like it's night and day. Like I think that the action set pieces in Tomb Raider and Rise of Tomb Raider are better. I like the customization. I like how there's more to it. It's not so much a linear game like Uncharted games are. It's a lot more open, and therefore I spent a lot more time playing Tomb Raider than Uncharted. Do a top 5 games that deserve a sequel. I think I know I've done that. 100%. I know I've done that. And that list wouldn't have changed. What? Oh, sorry, King. What are my thoughts on Batman 2 being delayed? I mean, movies get delayed. if they need to push it back a year, King, that's fine. I mean, no complaints. I'm in no rush. I thought the last Batman film was good, not great, but good. So if they want to push it back an entire year in order to have more time to make it better, then they can go ahead and do that. I apologize. I'm trying to go in order. Sometimes I miss over people's questions. I apologize. Zach, you want to know, so you think this is more indoctrination of a character skill at what? Are we talking about team? Zach, can we get off of TMNT? I'm serious. Like, I don't care. I generally, flat out, do not give a shit about TMNT. I'm sorry to have to go there, but I generally do not care about TMNT. I mean, I'm not sure if you're talking to me or someone else, but like, can we let's get off it. I am not into it. Did you hear Illumination is making a sequel to Mario? Yes. Well, I mean that was obvious. I mean, when you make a billion-dollar movie and with a popular franchise, of course you're gonna get a sequel. That's not a surprise. I just hope that they do more with Luigi because I think they did Luigi dirty, and I'm a bigger fan of Luigi than Mario, and that was like one of the things I didn't like about the Mario film was just how dirty they did him. Like maybe one day Luigi can get his own movie. Like I know he's got his own game series with Luigi's Mansion, so maybe that'll become a thing. You recommended the song "Let Her Go Passenger." It's my favorite song of all time. Okay, all right. Have I fixed my PS3? No, I don't. We don't need to fix that. We don't need to go. You just want me to fix it to try to get that footage. Like it could sit in there for eternity. I don't really want to I don't want to talk about Final Damnation 13. I already got crucified for talking badly about people's precious remake of 7, which isn't really 7 at all. So I don't feel like bringing any more negativity into my channel. That's nothing. Okay, sorry, Zach. I thought you were talking about me. How would I describe Spider-Man 2 PlayStation in 2 words? Didn't finish. That's how I would describe it. Yeah. D. Yeah, you always loved how open Tomb Raider games are and hate how linear Naughty Dog games are. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Uncharted games are great, but they're linear. Like, and they didn't really evolve too much. I mean, outside of visuals and maybe some slight game mechanics, but like, they were, I would say Uncharted 4 was like semi-open in some areas, but it was still a pretty linear game. But they were still great games. There's nothing wrong with that. This might be a weird question, but how much of a threat do you think Batman would be if he wore the symbiote? Oh god. If he wore the symbiote, he'd probably be a bigger threat, of course, but like he would probably just get a little bit out of control. But to be fair, I don't think the symbiote, I think Batman with the symbiote would be, honestly, I think he would be taken out even easier. I mean, with the symbiote being weak to sound, like, just put Banshee or Black Canary, and he's screwed. What's he gonna do? The majority of people hate Final Damnation 13. Don't worry about it. Oh, but I prefer not to go down there. Like, I had enough death threats, and believe me not, I actually am still getting them. I get people commenting on other videos. Like, it got, exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. So, I prefer to get away from that. Like, it just recently stopped, so that's good. King, you've only played Uncharted 1 and 2. Uncharted 2 is overrated, but don't get the hype. To be honest, stale gameplay. Totally understandable. Everyone's going to have a different feel for different games. So, if you didn't like Uncharted 2 that much, heck, it's perfectly fine. No fault here. Do I think the T-1000 would... Oh, dear God. No. The T-1000... versus Starkiller? Are you crazy? What the hell is the T-1000 going to do against a Force user? I mean, dude, if the T-1000 gets stabbed with a lightsaber, he's screwed. I mean, this thing melts metal. The T-1000 is made of metal, so a lightsaber is like the perfect weapon to take out a T-1000. What are you talking about? And this is a thing that you... And Starkiller has like, what, Force Lightning? He has telekinesis. He's got his Force repulses. I mean, what the hell? The only way I could see the T-1000 maybe taking Starkiller is if he, like, copied someone else. But even Starkiller's, like, connection to the Force would give him a warning that danger was coming, and so he'd be ready for it. So there is no way a T-1000 would do very well against Starkiller. Like, or anyone with a lightsaber. Like any competent Force wielder, Jedi or Sith, could take out the T-1000 easy, because the lightsaber is the perfect weapon to take out a T-1000. Like, even a non-Force user using a lightsaber could take out a T-1000. Like, the T-1000 is great, but when you take him out of his own franchise, he's not that much of a threat. Like, there are many franchises where, like, the T-1000 would be, like, the least threat. The thought of that people should die just because they don't share the same opinions as you on a game is laughable. Well, Vengeance, welcome to America. Okay, we got 23 more minutes. Welcome to America. Alright. If there's one thing you like about FF7, okay, well, Vamp, I'm happy for you. What's my problem with Zelda? I don't have a problem with Zelda. I'm just not a fan of it. It's just, I haven't played a Zelda game in like 20 years. I've only played 3 games. I've only played and beaten 3 Zelda games, and they were like classic Zelda games. But like, I just fell out of interest with it. Just, who would? Okay. Sean, I think you're new. You might be new to this, but we did a video about this like 2 years ago. That was my last versus matchup, Starkiller versus Cal Kestis. We don't need to go into that. So I think you know the answer. Hey, hello, what's up, Caleb? How you doing? So, do you think Batman Beyond would be able to last a night? What? Do I think Batman Beyond would be able to last in Night City? Yeah. Of course. What's he got to worry about? I would say Future Gotham is basically Night City just with less cybernetics. That's all it is, really. What if EA remade Force Unleashed? If it was successful, do you think they'd make a third? Probably not. I think Disney wants to, like, unless they're using it for like a cheap way, I don't think they want to bring back too many properties or revisit them that they didn't make. That's why I think they're doing all these re-releases instead of remakes, because it's just like, well, we have these properties that we know people are willing to pay money for, so it's just cheaper for us if we just re-release it and make this money and we don't have to make a sequel. Like, I think that's why they're releasing a lot of these old games, because they know the fan base prefers these older Star Wars games, and if you just re-release them, it's a lot of fast, easy, cheap money. Because you just make them available for the current consoles, resell them at a retail price, and you've just gotten a lot of money and had to put in not really much work at all. Do I regret uploading that Final Fantasy VII video? No, I don't, because that's what you guys wanted. You guys voted on it, and heck, I listen to my viewers. A lot of channels don't do that. If I say, heck, if you guys want this type of video, you guys voted on it, you got exactly what you wanted. So no, I don't regret it. What they did in Batman, the new Suicide Squad game, is criminal. Yeah, they killed him. I mean, isn't that the point? It's called Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. What you think was going to happen? Am I looking forward to James Gunn's Superman movie? Personally, I don't think his directing style blends well with the character. We don't know what he's gonna do, King. I mean, we'll give it a chance. I mean, I'll give anything a chance. I mean, Superman's gonna be different no matter who's doing it. So, like you're gonna have different versions of Batman. You can have different versions of Superman. Just give it a chance. Give it a chance. As much as I love Sephiroth, I honestly have to believe that Genova is a real villain, and that she unintentionally passed down her superpowers to Sephiroth, and through her bloodline is possessing him. That's an interesting theory. That's not a new theory. That's one that's been presented before. But you know, everyone has a different viewpoint. You said you were done with Marvel movies. Does that count Deadpool versus Wolverine? That might be. I'm on the fence if I even want to see that. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what they've done to it. I don't know if that's still R, which means this will be like the first rated R Disney movie. I don't know. I'll wait and see. But as it stands right now, no, I have no plans on seeing that until I find out more about it. Guys, got anything else? Because there's currently 13 of you. Do I think that Days Gone is underrated and deserves more credit? I think that deserves a sequel. I think that's well deserving of a sequel. I don't know why it didn't do better because I thought Days Gone was a great game. Like having to deal with those hordes, that's definitely a challenge. I think Deacon is like I think I've told this story before. Deacon is the reason I wear caps like this. Like I'm not sure if anyone's noticed over the last number of years. Like if you actually go back and watch my channel, I didn't really like. I only buy caps that have like they don't have this opening view. They're all flex fit. Like every cap I have is a flex fit. All of them. And that's purely because of Deacon. like after I played the game, I bought like I don't know 4 caps like that, and that's why I always wear hats like this. Like it's not common that you guys get to see my head. That's why I wear caps. So yeah, Days Gone was very influential on me. I liked it a lot. Don't know if you asked this, but did the MCU fall off for you? Winter Ghost, those movies fell off for me a long time ago. Like the last MCU film I saw was Infinity War. I have not seen Endgame. Like I saw Infinity War and I literally laughed at the end because I knew exactly what Endgame was going to be. I knew exactly how that film was going to play out. And the people and my friends that did go see it say, "Wow, Brian, you are 100% right as what they were going to do." It's like it was the only thing that they could do. And like when you make a predictable conclusion to your like sequence of like this 10-year journey and you make that predictable, it's like you can't make anything interesting anymore. Like I have not watched an MCU film or anything associated since. Like none. Like I don't know what they've made in the last few years, but I'm not watch I will probably never watch another MCU film ever. Like I don't know what they're doing with Fantastic Four. Won't see that. When they bring back X-Men and screw that up, I'm not watching that either. I'm done with MCU. Unless they do like a hard reboot. I am sick and tired of cinematic universes. That's why I got off the DCEU a long time ago. I'm sick of these films because they do the same thing. Like the only reason I was interested in the Batman was it was its own individual thing that wasn't trying to connect to a bigger world. Because you keep bringing up these questions that no one's answering, and they both have the same set of problems. And the qualities were going down the longer they did them. So I've been done with the MCU for a long time. Apparently, the sequel got canceled. Yeah, Vengeance, I know. Hopefully, one day they change their mind and they give it another shot. Dunkin' Donuts coffee or Starbucks coffee? Neither. I don't drink either one. It is rated R, but still Disney. I don't know if it is. I don't know what they've done with that. I don't know. Blatant, like, I would figure that they would make it like Joker or Frieza. Joker, obviously. Zack Snyder's Justice League over any Avengers movie. That's fine. Before Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, did I think it had the potential to dethrone? No. No, fuck no. There was no way it was going to do that. Not after, like, no. I'm telling you, Kingdom Hearts 3 was not worth the wait. There was zero chance. I've only played that game once. Like, that's how not impressed with that game I was. I've only played that game once. And I never want to play it again. There's no, like, dude, that killed my interest in Kingdom Hearts. Like, I don't want to play another Kingdom Hearts game again. Like, 2 will always be, I'm fairly certain that Kingdom Hearts is a 10 out of 10 game for me. But, like, that was the peak of Kingdom Hearts. And that was back in 2005. Like, Kingdom Hearts never got better than that. Like, it's crazy to think. But it damn sure was not worth the wait. Wasn't a bad game, but not worth the wait, and it killed any interest I have in Kingdom Hearts. It ripped out so much that made Kingdom Hearts special that it didn't even feel like Kingdom Hearts anymore. And the story made no damn sense. If anyone tells you that they fully understand the plot to Kingdom Hearts, they're lying. They are 100% lying. I mean, and some people are really good. They'll look you in your eye and say, oh yeah, I made like, and I've seen people that have like made explanation videos on YouTube. I guarantee you, without that video, they wouldn't even be able to explain the plot. Because we're dealing with Disney characters, so you need to make a series that kids can understand. And when even grown-ups in their 30s cannot understand your plot, I think you've lost your audience. Thoughts on Arkham Knight? Remember, people didn't like the Knight himself. Well, it turned out to be Red Hood, so I thought Arkham Knight was fine. You know. Square Enix is basically Konami when Kojima left. Yeah. Maybe not quite, because I think some of their Final Fantasy games have been good. Like I thought 15, which is an NX game, that was good. You got to remember Tomb Raider is also Square Enix with kind of connected to Crystal Dynamics, so that was good. I think 16 was very good. So there's some Square Enix games I think are good, but like it's kind of, it's hit and miss with them. There's not much consistency. So it's basically like someone trying to explain 9. Well, 9 was just forgettable, so I can't tell you anything about 9. I don't remember that. I don't remember anything about that game. Not really. Okay, we got 10 more minutes till the mystery game, so I'm really excited about it. So you love FF7 Remake, but I respect your opinion. My only problem with it is that this game, they cut the game into 3 parts, so obviously a cash grab. Of course it was a cash grab. Of course it was a cash grab. And that's a dangerous message. Like, if they even think about, like, remaking Final Fantasy 8, are they going to cut that into, like, 4 games, separated over 4-year periods? Meaning that for one game, it'll take, like, 16 years to finish? That's ridiculous. Unpopular opinion, Inside Out is not that great. I don't know what that is, Vamp, so I have no opinion. Wishes for Final Fantasy 17. I just hope it's a good game. That's all it's got to be. If you did a rant about, I wouldn't rant on Final Fantasy 9 because I've never said it's a bad game. I've never said it's a bad game. I just said it's forgettable. It's the most forgettable game I've ever played. Like, and I've played it 3 times, and nothing stuck with me. It's just kind of like that one entry, like, that feels like it came out at the wrong time. It just, you go from 7 to 8, something's wrong with 9, and then you go into 10. It's like, I think if you move 9 and put it before 7, it fits better, but like, it just felt like it was a game that came out at the wrong time. But I don't have anything bad to say about 9. It's just forgettable. Just because something's forgettable doesn't make it bad. I feel like the plot to Kingdom Hearts started getting confusing when they introduced time travel and started talking about all these characters being connected to Sora. Yeah, I think so. But that's why I feel like Kingdom Hearts 2 was like the peak. That's why I think that was the peak, because it was a more complicated story, but it was still simple enough to follow. I think that's why Kingdom Hearts 2 is still the best, gameplay wise and story wise. Like it improves on everything Kingdom Hearts 2 did, but it's simple enough to follow. And then the crazy thing is that when you start playing the other games, it starts messing with the story of 2, and then you start understanding that's crazy. You play 2, you fully understand it, and then you play all these extra games around it, and then you start understanding Kingdom Hearts 2 less. That's how you know your plot is messed up. You're the only person I know who feels that way about 9. I think that makes me feel special. Do you know any fanfic writers that could do a good job streamlining Kingdom Hearts lore? No. I don't know anybody who could. What was the last great Disney film I watched? I don't know. I haven't seen a Disney. Damn. I gotta be honest. I don't. God. Damn. I don't know what it is. It's been a. Wow. Now that I think about it, it's been a very long time since I even seen a Disney movie in theaters. I can't think of it. I'd have to do research. Like I probably have not seen a Disney movie in well over 5 years. Not since they started doing these live action remakes and started like systematically destroying movies that I grew up loving and adding their identity politics to them and trying to make them more woke. I was like, Disney has completely lost its heart and soul. And now it's all about money. Do I have Soul Calibur 3? No, Black Wolf, I've never played a Soul Calibur game. Inside Out is a Pixar movie. I don't know. Favorite 5 Harry Potter characters? That I'll be honest, Rocket. That's not a topic I would be interested in. If I'm being perfectly fair, I'm not. I wouldn't be interested in that. You sounded really pissed during your review of Kingdom Hearts 3. I didn't want to be pissed off. It was just that I was frustrated that this is what we got after so long a period, and it wasn't a great game. I think it was okay, but like it was an okay game that killed my interest in Kingdom Hearts. So, do I think it's a bad game? No. But do I blame it for kind of killing any interest in the franchise moving forward? Yes. So, yeah. Alright, we got like 6 more minutes, and then we're jumping into the mystery game. Woke and money has destroyed entertainment. Absolutely. You are not wrong there, my friend. What do you make of... No, Anthony. I do not. We don't need any more spinoffs. We not at this period in Konami's history. We do not need any spinoffs. We've had enough. There are enough spinoffs for Metal Gear. We do not need to add to that list. Okay, sure. I'll give you a hint. It's one of the greatest games I've ever played. That's a good hint. Easily. And I got it right here. That's a good clue. It's one of the greatest games I've ever played. Am I a fan of Nick Spencer or... Nah, I'm not sure. Have I played any Metal Gear MS games? Actually, I did try playing some of those. I finally got around to playing the the Metal Gear collection, so I have played those games. So yes, I have. Is it Resident Evil 4? No. No, no, no. I'm waiting until October before before I replay that game again. I always go back to Resident Evil 4. I like to play at least once a year. Is it in your 10 out of 10 club? Maybe. Maybe. I cannot confirm or deny that. I plead the fifth on that. I think you should try Ghost Brown or MG Acid. I have Acid. I've tried Acid before. It's unusual. The Acid games are unusual. They're experimental. MGS4, no. What's my favorite room in Resident Evil 1 and 2? I don't have those. God of War 3s? Maybe. I don't know. What is my favorite room in... I hate Resident Evil 1 and 2. I hate them. I hate them. OG 1 and 2? I hate them. I think I know what it is, but I'll be silent. Well, we'll find out in about 10 minutes. You like Capcom will do good with the next RE game? I hope so. Persona 5 Royal? Maybe. God of War Ragnarok? Could be. Oh, that's right. All right, we got 3 more. We got 3 more minutes. By the way, mystery game. You guys want camera on or off? Because I think I'm gonna stick to my. If we get 10 viewers in there, I'll turn the camera on. If we don't, then I'll keep it off. That way, you guys see more of the game. Because this game's visuals, even after all these years, are still incredible. So I kind of don't want to be on screen. That way, you see the full image. And I don't want me blocking any of this, because even visually, this is like, for me personally, it's the most visually impressive entry in one of the greatest franchises of all time. Like, just thinking back, like, I still think visually it's a little bit more impressive. Camera on, camera on. Okay, well, if you get 10 people in there, I'll turn the camera on. If it's a horror game, no, it's not a horror game, but it might freak some people out. Is it Arkham Knight? Arkham Knight's not no, it's not Arkham Knight. Oh yeah, I know. You don't know anything, Anthony. If you think you know, give me. No, that might give it away. I won't say anything. Oh yeah, you know. You don't know anything. BioShock? Ooh, that'd be a good game to replay. If I could stream it. Dead Space 2? I would love to replay Dead Space 2. I would love to do that. It's been a long time. But now you don't know. Yeah, of course you don't know. Nobody knows. I got like 1 more minute. You don't know. Okay, so yeah, you guys spread the word. We get 10 people in there. I'll turn the camera on because I really want you guys to see the full scale of this game because of its visuals. But yeah, if we get 10 people in there, camera goes on. But until then, I'm going to keep it off. But I think even if we get 10 people, you guys might want the camera off. So, yeah. Devil May Cry? No, but... Wait, Devil May Cry? No, it's not Devil May Cry. It's not Devil May Cry. But, okay, stream is... You don't know. No one knows. You be quiet. You don't know. Nobody knows. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna cut the stream there. Give me like 3 or 5 minutes. I just gotta reconnect the Ethernet cable to the PlayStation 5. and that way it'll have a clearer stream, and then I'm going to set up and get it started. So I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes. So hope you guys had a great time. If you guys have any ideas for future videos, please send them in either like a comment or send it to me directly on Twitch or Twitter, because I really want as many ideas as possible, because I already filmed the last 2 video ideas. I just need to edit them and upload them tomorrow. So like, give me ideas, whether it's I want like reactions, like react to this, or review this, or rank this, or talk about this. Like as many ideas as possible. Like I don't know when this next time I'm gonna have a period where I have like 7 days where I can do nothing but non-stop filming. Like I'm on vacation right now, so I want content to work on. Yeah, again, Vamp, you don't know. You don't know. Although I will say someone did guess it right, but it wasn't you. So you don't know. You don't know. But I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. So you guys stay awesome, and I'll see you.